How's it going, YouTube? Part 3 of my look at the figure arts in my collection. We're going a bit more current. Kyoryu hasn't released any figure arts yet, so we're going to do one after, or before, sorry. Here is S.H.F Kyoryu Red. Kibano Yusha himself. Or the Fanged Brave, if you don't understand Japanese. So, package. Nice shot of Kyoryu Red down there. Of course, his name, Juden Sentai Kyoryu. The box is nicely designed. It's designed to resemble his chest teeth. So you got Gabutira here in the corner, looking for a name. Kyoryu logo up here on the top. Juden Sentai Kyoryu Red, Kyoryu Red, Kyoryu Red, and that nice yellow lettering. On the back, you got your basic figure art stuff, some nice poses he can do, and no sad Pac-Man. Oh well. Opening him up. You can see everything here. So, we've got the figure here, the Gabo revolver, took me a second, right here, the Gabo recaliber, right here, the armed-on arm, the Gabotera fist, I believe his name, and an array of hands. As you can see, he's got the punchy fists on him. Also here you have sword holding hands, gun holding hands, and signature pose hands, which I believe is to recreate that pose right there. So we'll get him open, and hopefully this video won't take 20 minutes. As I mess around with hands. Get him out of there. Here you have Kyoryu Red in his base form. And this looks really good. Just as I say with all figure arts, immensely show accurate. The amount of detail going into this toy still makes me smile. So, what about Kyoryu Red? Oh, his outer suit name, Kyoryu Daigo. He's not your average red leader. Looking at the camera. He's quite wacky, I guess you could say, which comes off as stupid to his teammates, specifically Kyoryu Black, always calling him an idiot. The other name he goes by is King. Why he goes by King is he's so charismatic that he can make anybody like him, and just everybody calls him King. Everybody except one person, but that's another video for a figure that I hope comes out eventually. So, Daigo, I enjoyed the character watching Kyoryu. He was a different take on what a Red Warrior could be. He definitely fit the theme of dancing. He was definitely out there. Favorite moment? I have to say the episode where there might be a link in the description, I hope, to the episode of this. But there's a Judenchi created for him to power him up, which when he uses, essentially turns him into a dinosaur human. So he runs around with his arms, like dinosaur arms, more specifically T-Rex arms. And then eventually, when he snaps out of it, he's so tired he can't fight the the very fancy way the Kyoryugers fight. So he just goes and beats the shit out of the bad guys. He's just punching and kicking, just beating the shit out of them. And he's like, I'm too tired to fight normally. I just have to fight. And that's gonna be one of the moments that sticks out in my brain for Daigo. I don't particularly want to call him king, because I don't want to give in to that. But here is the base figure. We're going to take a look at the detail. Now, I love this head sculpt. I absolutely love this head sculpt. You can see green eyes here represent Gabutyra, who is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You got your mouth plate here, nice block paint there, and you can see the yellow makes it look like teeth, which I love that design aesthetic on the Kyoryuger. Only Daigo and Kyoryu Green have it, why? Because they're the only two in the main five whose dinosaurs are meat eaters, who actually have teeth. A Tyrannosaurus Rex and a Velociraptor. The other three are all plant eaters. A Triceratops, a Stegosaurus, and a Paracephalosaurus, I believe. I probably got that wrong. Are all plant eaters, so their helmets don't have the teeth. I love that the designers of the show thought of that. I mean, that's pretty cool, I have to say. You got the shoulder pad here, which has some spikes. The Kyoryugers love their spikes. Nice, dull silver paint here. Of course, you got the yellow teeth with the picture right here. It's not specifically of Gabutyra, but it's the same on the Gabutyra fist. Again, I'm going to forget that name. A lot of nice detail on the buckle. Camera can zoom in. Focus. But you got the Kyoryuger's shoulder or chest plate right here, and this thing does move to almost recreate it opened in the show. It does pop off fairly tightly, so you can look at the belt without it. And other than that, it's a basic suit with the silver leg gauntlets and the molded alligator or reptile skin, which this being a different color in the show always threw my eyes for a loop, because I could never really tell. It took me a long time, at least, to realize this was actually a darker shade of red, which is very nice. This is one design aesthetic that's memorable, is the scaly bits and your silver on the hands. Articulation's your figure art standard. You've got double jointed neck, so nice range of motion on the neck. You got your shoulder joint here with this black shoulder pad, which can be a problem. It is designed to move, so do with that what you may. I like the attention to detail that that's black, not just red as right here. This shoulder is black, or red, sorry, in the show, and this shoulder is black, which you'd almost never see, because even though the shoulder piece is on a hinge, this never moves in the show. So you're almost never going to notice that black shoulder piece. Of course, you got a shoulder swivel. Go 360. Double jointed elbows, naturally. All this posability is the same on every figure art. Hopefully you've watched my other 2 reviews of figure arts. But even the elbow is molded with that. Great attention to detail on figure arts, I find. And your wrist on a ball joint. I've heard a lot of complaints on this figure with the ball joints breaking. I don't play with them, so I'm not worried. But that is more for accessories we'll get to in a second. Double jointed waist. A lot of nice motion on the waist. Hips, same kind of hips as Red Hawk and Shinken Red. They move down a bit, they're on a ball joint. So you got that motion. Double jointed knees, which is nice. And your ankle ball joint. And your toe, if you so desire a toe joint. I don't know why you would. Neither does Vangelis, apparently. Vangelis never knows why people want toe joints. But there is Daigo. And I really hope they release Carnival form as a figure art. I would love to get my hands on one of those. So, as you've seen the hands, we're going to start off with the Gaburi Caliber. His sword, or the main 5 sword, I should say. Nicely molded, nicely painted. Definitely show accurate. You got your little bit of red on the trigger for the combination with the Gabu revolver, which this toy did not come with a representation of that. Your nice gold blade, and your dinosaur face, which it is modeled after with a mouth, and your nice yellow silver on the hilt. I will grab a sword holding hand and just show. Yep, yeah, that's a sword holding. Yep. Pop. And it's just a simple pop off a ball joint. And there you go. He's wielding. Whoop. No, he's not anymore. There you go with the Gaburi Caliber. Yeah, that's a decent sword pose, I guess. Next, we have the signature weapon of all Kyoryu, except Kyoryu Gold, the Gabu Revolver. And boy, the amount of detail on this is impressive. Which you probably can't see because it's so tiny. But yeah, its base plastic is yellow. You got your black accents for the barrel. Or not the barrel, the spinning gimmick on your hilt, on your handle, even on the tail, the opening gimmick of the toy. You got nice silver on the double barrels with some red, and you got your spot for your Judenshi, which I do not want to show because the Judenshi is, well, look at it. That's how small it is, okay? I'm not taking out of that out of the package. That's ridiculous. Tiny. But, yeah, same on the other side. Looks really good. Still haven't brought myself to buy a Gabu revolver, but I know one day I'm gonna buy it. One joy, I guess, about being a toy collector. As much as you say you're not gonna buy a toy, eventually you're gonna buy the toy. So, getting him into a good gun holding pose as he falls down. You can see this hand molded to hold Gabu revolver with a trigger finger. So, pulling him off, giving him both weapons at once, because they like to do that sometimes. for their Hitatsuwaza finishing attack. There we go. Stand, Daigo. Stand, man! Why won't you listen? There we go. That's a decent pose. And then we come to what I'd say is my favorite accessory from this set, Armed On. Now, if you haven't watched the show, I guess this can count as spoilers, so close your ears. This is his armed on arm. You can see this is just a basic arm with spiked shoulders and spiked arm guards. Now, where this was in the show was they would let me give him back up punchy fist. Daigo liked to punch things. Him and his father, they just love to punch things. Let me try and recreate this moment. What they do is they take the Gabu revolver, take out their arm, and spin it on their arm. So essentially doing something like this. So the barrel, or the spinning gimmick of the Gabu revolver would go on their arm and activate Armed On. So to pull that off, you're going to pull his whole arm off. I haven't done this in a while. I don't want... Oh. There you go. So you can see the joint here, peg, hole, reattach. If I can get it in. Hey. There you go. You have armed on arm, and you can attach like the hand if you so choose, but the real reason you attach Armed On is for this accessory right here, Gebutera Fist. I'm just going to keep calling it that. Nicely molded. Definitely looks like a head, which the weapon's designed after. You can see nice silver paint on the teeth. Black with a port right there. And on the top some nice silver. And it does have articulation. Goes about that far out. So you can have it look like the dinosaur is eating. And then plug it into the ball joint on his Armed On arm. Boy, how many times have I said armed in that one description? Too many. And here we go. Yep, plug it in sideways. With him fully armed up. Boy, I can see a recurring theme here. These things. And let's get him in a good punching pose. Take this out of his hand. You don't need this. You got a freaking rock-breaking Tyrannosaurus fist. You don't need a gun. Daigo? Now, one thing I would say, or I'm going to say about this, you can see the joint, it doesn't hold or go in as far as this arm does, which has always been a problem since I got the toy. I don't know how to fix that, so let's get him in. What is it? Okay. In kind of a jumping pose. Let me see what his other hand's doing. Okay. is where the shoulder joints help. So there is your about to punch Doe Gold in the face pose, which is pretty cool. I'd say so. And for the last thing I'm going to attempt, we're going to take off the arm, reattach this arm, and try to do his signature fanged brave pose, I believe it. No, don't know what the name is. So, take the punchy fists, pop them off. This is the most I've played with this toy in months. Put away all these accessories, saving myself time. Let go. Oh, let go, thank you. God, his hands don't want to be cooperative right now. And try and pull off his signature pose. So, never mind, I'm going to leave that. Take the other one. This is where I find figure arts are a lot better than, say, just your regular 5-inch American toys. The American toys, the limited articulation means they can't do a lot of poses. So let's see. I'm going for that pose, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going for that. Huh. That's the best I'm gonna get. But, pretty terrible, but oh well. Now, I guess final thoughts. If you're a Kyoryu fan, he's definitely worth the pickup. I wish the others in the team weren't so expensive. There's Kyoryu Black, Blue is a set, I believe. No, it's Black and Pink. Sorry, Black and Pink are a set. Blue and Green are a set. And just finishing up here. And Gold is a Tamashii Web exclusive. So henceforth, the Kyoryu team is very expensive to pick up. This guy I picked up off of AmiAmi a long time ago for, I'd say, about $20. So if you can find him, he's definitely worth a pickup. I do say I quite enjoy having Daigo on my shelf. If you're a figure arts collector, this is just a standard figure art. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary here. If you're not collecting Sentai figure arts, then you're probably going to skip out on this. I hope he gets a North American release, since Dino Charge is the next series to show up in the United States. So that would really be nice to get an Americanized version of this guy. Thing about this suit is, I was a bit cautious watching Kyoryu because the first time I saw the suit design, I thought, how is that going to look as a Power Ranger suit? I didn't think they could adapt it into American audiences very well, being the whole dancing gimmick. It's not going to be very, I don't know, adult-friendly. But the more I watched Kyoryu, the more I enjoyed it right off the bat. And I realized the suit's not designed to be for Americans. It's designed for Japanese, who apparently love samba. So, take that as you will, and I will see you all